Have you ever wondered why anxiety, a seemingly negative emotion, is an integral part of our lives? A question that seems simple, yet opens up a Pandora's box of profound philosophical inquiry. We all experience anxiety, that unsettling feeling of unease or worry. It's a universal human experience, as common as joy, sorrow, or anger. But have you ever stopped to ponder its purpose? Why would such a discomforting emotion be so deeply ingrained in our psyche? Enter the world of Søren Kierkegaard, a 19th century Danish philosopher, widely regarded as the father of existentialism. Kierkegaard, with his razor-sharp intellect and deep insight into the human condition, offers a unique perspective on anxiety. He challenges us to view anxiety not as a mere affliction, but as a fundamental aspect of our existence, a necessary ingredient in the recipe of life, if you will. For Kierkegaard, anxiety is more than just a reaction to specific stressors. It's a response to the very nature of life itself. It's a reflection of our freedom, our ability to choose, and the inherent uncertainty that comes with it. It's the silent echo of our awareness that every choice we make, every path we take, is a leap into the unknown. This view of anxiety as a reflection of our freedom might feel unsettling. It's much easier to view anxiety as an enemy, a foe to be battled and defeated. But what if we could shift our perspective? What if, instead of being a foe, anxiety could be a catalyst, a force that propels us towards greatness? It's a tantalizing thought, isn't it? That our anxieties, the very feelings we often wish to banish, could be the key to unlocking our potential. That in the heart of discomfort, there lies the seed of growth and transformation. So let's set off on this philosophical journey together. Let's delve into the life and philosophy of Søren Kierkegaard, a man who dared to look anxiety in the eye and see not just fear, but possibility. What if anxiety isn't just an affliction, but a catalyst for greatness? Let's delve into the life and philosophy of Søren Kierkegaard to uncover more. The story of Kierkegaard begins in the bustling city of Copenhagen, Denmark, in 1813. Kierkegaard was born into a deeply religious household, the youngest of 7 children. His father, a man of fierce faith and stern demeanor, was a profound influence on young Kierkegaard, shaping both his religious beliefs and his philosophical leanings. Kierkegaard's early years were not without their share of tragedy. By the time he turned 21, he had lost both his parents and 5 of his 6 siblings. The death of his father, in particular, left a lasting impact. His father had been a man of deep melancholy, a trait that Kierkegaard seemed to inherit. This melancholy, coupled with his religious upbringing, created a fertile ground for Kierkegaard's exploration of anxiety. He wasn't just an observer of this state, he was intimately familiar with it. His own bouts of anxiety and depression, which he referred to as his melancholy disposition, were a constant presence in his life, influencing his perceptions and shaping his philosophies. Kierkegaard's personal experiences with these states of mind became the foundation for his philosophical inquiries. He examined the roots of his own anxiety, tracing it back to the existential uncertainty of human life. He believed that this uncertainty, this constant awareness of the unknown, was the very essence of anxiety. His writings, filled with his personal reflections on these experiences, offer a unique perspective on the human condition. They provide a window into his own struggles, his battles with anxiety and depression, and how these struggles informed his philosophical outlook. Kierkegaard's life was a testament to his belief in the transformative power of anxiety. He didn't see it as an affliction to be cured, but as a catalyst for deep existential contemplation, a path to understanding the very nature of human existence. His personal journey with anxiety wasn't just a source of suffering, it was a source of insight, a wellspring of philosophical ideas that continue to resonate today. Kierkegaard's personal experiences with anxiety profoundly informed his philosophy. Let's explore this further. Central to Kierkegaard's philosophy is the concept of angst, or existential anxiety. This is more than just a feeling of unease or worry, it's a profound sense of disorientation and uncertainty that Kierkegaard believed was inherent to human existence. To understand this, we need to delve deeper into what Kierkegaard meant by angst. Unlike the common understanding of anxiety as a pathological condition, Kierkegaard's angst is not something to be cured. Rather, it's a universal human experience, a response to the daunting reality of our freedom and the infinite possibilities it presents. Kierkegaard saw angst as arising from our awareness of this freedom. Imagine standing on the edge of a cliff. You feel a sense of fear, yes, but not just fear of falling. There's also a strange, unsettling sensation that you could, if you so chose, hurl yourself off the edge. This is what Kierkegaard termed the dizziness of freedom, the realization that we are not just passive observers in our lives, but active participants with the power to shape our own destinies. And with this freedom comes responsibility. Every choice we make, every path we choose is ours and ours alone. There are no guarantees, no predetermined outcomes. And this, Kierkegaard argued, is where angst comes in. It's the emotional response to the burden of our freedom and the weight of our choices. It's a feeling of being overwhelmed by the vastness of possibilities and the uncertainty of what lies ahead. But Kierkegaard didn't see this as a negative thing, quite the opposite. He believed that it was through this angst that we could come to understand ourselves and our place in the world. By confronting our freedom and the anxiety it brings, we can become more authentic, more fully realized individuals. Kierkegaard emphasized that angst is not a barrier to be overcome, but a catalyst for personal growth. It's a call to action, pushing us to make choices and to take responsibility for those choices. In this way, angst can lead to self-awareness, self-understanding, and ultimately self-actualization. So, while it can be uncomfortable, even painful, to grapple with existential anxiety, Kierkegaard saw it as an essential part of being human. It's a sign that we're engaging with the world, wrestling with the big questions, making choices, and taking responsibility for our lives. So, anxiety, in Kierkegaard's view, is the dizziness of freedom. But how does this lead to greatness? Let's find out. Kierkegaard saw anxiety not as a barrier, but as a bridge to greatness. This statement encapsulates the essence of Kierkegaard's philosophy on angst, or existential anxiety. But what does this mean? How can feelings of anxiety and dread pave the way to greatness? To Kierkegaard, anxiety was a response to the infinite possibilities of freedom and the daunting responsibility that comes with it. It's the dizziness we feel when we stand on the precipice of the unknown, realizing that we are free to choose, but also responsible for our choices. This notion might seem intimidating, but Kierkegaard saw it as a catalyst for growth. He believed that by confronting and embracing our anxiety, we can truly come to understand ourselves and our place in the world. By facing the unknown head-on, we have the opportunity to grow and evolve, to become more than we are. Kierkegaard's perspective on anxiety aligns beautifully with modern understandings of resilience and personal development. Today, psychologists emphasize the importance of resilience, the ability to bounce back from adversity. They argue that experiencing adversity can, in fact, foster this resilience and promote personal growth. This is the crux of Kierkegaard's philosophy. The anxiety we feel when faced with the unknown isn't a barrier, it's a bridge. It's a bridge that leads us from the realm of the known, across the chasm of uncertainty, and into the realm of possibility and growth. Navigating this bridge can be daunting. It requires courage. It requires faith. But remember, every step we take on this bridge brings us closer to understanding ourselves, to realizing our potential, to achieving greatness. So the next time you feel the weight of anxiety, remember Kierkegaard's philosophy. Remember that this feeling isn't a barrier, it's a bridge that leads to self-discovery, to resilience, to growth. In the face of anxiety, we find not only challenges but also opportunities for greatness. So let's embrace this opportunity, let's walk this bridge, and let's discover the greatness that lies within us. So, what does Kierkegaard's philosophy mean for us today? In the hustle and bustle of our modern world, we're often gripped by anxiety. But what if we could reframe our perspective of this seemingly negative feeling? Enter Kierkegaard's philosophy. His concept of angst can help us see anxiety not as a debilitating disorder, but as an enlightening experience that reflects our freedom and the immense possibilities that life presents. By embracing uncertainty and adversity, we're not succumbing to fear. Rather, we're acknowledging the vast multitude of choices available to us. This awareness, though daunting, is the first step towards personal growth and achieving greatness. So, let's look at anxiety through Kierkegaard's lens. Let's see it as a call to action, a challenge that pushes us beyond our comfort zones and propels us towards our fullest potential. As we confront our anxieties, we also confront our potential for greatness. In the words of Kierkegaard, anxiety is the dizziness of freedom.